This is Kugan Cassius for IFL TV in association with MTK Global, all the way in Sydney in Australia. Delighted to be joined by the blonde bomber, Ebanie Bridges. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Pretty excited to be having a chat with you.
Absolutely. I see everyone kind of tagging you and IFL and myself on social
media. I know, it's like meant to be, you know. It's like,
apparently
it's
so.
destiny.
Is it fair to say that you've kind of come out of nowhere, in the UK especially?
Yeah. I mean, look, kind of. Like I've only been a pro for a year, but I have been mainly focusing in the US. I go over to the US all the time for fights, and my manager's in the US, so I build over there and kind of network there. And then I was recently at the Wilder Fury fight in Vegas, like the day before the fight. I literally was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go to Vegas. And I booked my flights Saturday morning. I left Australia Saturday morning and flew in there, and because of the time difference, I got there Saturday. Anyways, and obviously there was heaps of Brits there and stuff, and I was talking to some British, and you know, like, you got to get on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not really a Twitter person. And they're like, nah, get on Twitter, it's heaps better for boxing. And I'm a massive boxing fanatic anyways, so I like to talk boxing. And yeah, and then I got on it, and then fuck, it just happened that UK people, I don't know, it just tends to be like a UK fan base on Twitter. So, and I love it anyway. It's heaps cool. Yeah. That's kind of where it came from, I think.
So your kind of portfolio in life is quite impressive. You're a maths teacher, you've been a bodybuilder, now a professional boxer. Have I missed anything out?
Well, I was actually a card girl for 10 years before I was a fighter.
Card girl as well, okay.
Does that count? Does that go on my resume? Yeah, I was a mechanic. When I left school, I did mechanics. I'm a bit old. Not old, but I mean, I make the most of my time on this earth, and I do as much as I can. But yeah, so I mean, that's the little things. But I'd say, yeah, definitely. I think my biggest things would be my bodybuilding career and yeah, being a maths teacher.
So just go back to the mechanic comment. So
yeah,
your car breaks down wherever in the middle of like Sydney, and you can do anything and fix a car. Yeah,
definitely. I was a mechanic for 4 years. I started just for like when I was younger, like 16, 17. Actually, I was doing mechanics when I was like 14. I used to go to my friend's uncle, or we call them uncle, but they're like family friends, workshop in the school holidays and work on cars. And I was like 13, I was like 14, 15. And then I was like, yeah, I want to be a mechanic, you know, because I love cars. And this is like 17 years ago. This is a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe more, counts. Actually.
It's still
Sorry?
I said 17 years.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've always been into like the fun stuff. Like, I mean, boys stuff's fun. So I've been around, you know, like boys and shit all the time. I think, I don't know, that's probably one thing that helps with like my personality, I think.
So
I don't know. I don't like cars as much anymore. I mean, I like cars, but I mean, working on them, you kind of changes the passion.
Fair enough. So at what point in your life do you kind of go from maybe being around the boxing scene, doing the ring carding, to thinking, no, actually, I want to become a professional boxer?
Well, I did Kempo. I did like karate, martial arts since I was 5. And so I got my black belt and I did all that when I was like 14. And then from that, when I was in my adolescence, I did kickboxing and Muay Thai training. But actually in Australia, it wasn't legal, and especially not in my state, for women to fight in combat sports. So what I used to do was go card girling, because I was like, okay, well, if I can't fight, I want to be at the fights, and I'll get paid and I'll be ringside, and I get to like watch all like the fights from ringside. So kind of just at that time, there was the way for me to get to the fights and be amongst it. But yeah, we couldn't fight. It was, like I said, it was only legal in Australia, in my state anyways, in 2008. So not that long ago. And before then, it was like modified Thai. It wasn't even like some other states, it was all modified. It wasn't like proper combat sports. So yeah. And then from there, I was just like, okay, well, I can't fight or anything, so I'll just do my bodybuilding. And so I went into the bodybuilding, and I did really well in bodybuilding. I did 8 years of that. I did international comps. I won regional, national titles, state titles. And then I just got fucking over it, man. Like, lifting weights is so boring. I was just like, I'm doing it because I'm good at it, and I was winning and I'm good, so I do it. And that's the kind of athlete that I am. Like, I do what I have to do. But I was like, fuck, I really, like, I hate this. Like, I want to do something that I really love. And, always combat sports has always been something, and fighting and stuff. Like, I fought when I was younger in the street. But I always liked hitting shit and smashing shit, like, just always. And it just seemed like everything kind of led on to it. Like, everything just happened, and I was like, well, what else do I want to do? I don't really want to do nothing. So why don't I just go bash people up for money? Kind of. That's kind of my mindset, yeah.
So are you currently a maths teacher? So where did that come into play in your life?
So, when I was like early 20s, so after I did mechanics, I did my trade in mechanics, and I was like, okay, look, I don't want to be earning fucking $500 a week and working 40 hours. I'm better than that. You know what I mean? And it was cool to learn. And like, I did mechanics, I liked cars. And then I was like, okay, well, I didn't get you need one of those things to go to uni when you leave school.
Yeah.
So I didn't get one of those. They're called ATARs now, but I don't know what they're called in the UK. So anyways, I had to do some study to like get into uni, and I did nutrition. Anyways, long story, because it's my life's a long story. I think I was about 25 or 26. And I was like, yeah, I want to teach. And like, maths was always I've always been really gifted with maths. And it was the only subject I liked in school. And so I was like, I want to teach and I want to influence kids. Because I had when I was in school, it was like a bit different. Like, I was off the rails and stuff. And I was like, I want to be that teacher that motivates kids and inspires kids and shows them that, hey, like, maths is cool and whatever. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about. And I did my math degree, and then I did a master's degree. Nearly killed myself 1,000 times. But yeah, I finished it all, and now I'm teaching.
Well, I wouldn't have ever guessed you were a maths teacher more so than a boxer.
Yeah, I know. I get that all the time. People don't guess I'm a boxer either. But that's cool. Full of surprises. But I like it like that. It keeps people on their toes. You never know what you're going to get with me. No, but look, I just love I love maths. I love patterns. I love numbers. And the coolest thing about being a maths teacher, I think, is that and the kind of maths teacher I am, is that with maths, it's like a instant gratification when you succeed. So, I push the kids in a way that I can relate to like real life, where they can't give up, or, you can't just do one question and go, I'm shit. Like, I don't get it. So, like, fuck it. I'm like, you can't do that in life. You can't just try and fail and then give up. I go, maths is the same. Like, maths is something you have to practice, like a sport. You don't just go pick up a football or whatever you call a soccer ball and like be able to juggle straight away. You got to practice. You know what I mean? It's the same with maths and the same with life, with everything, with skills. So yeah, and when they get it, like, the feeling of succeeding in maths is way better than passing in geography or like knowing your countries. You know what I mean? Like, it's way more satisfying, I think. I don't know, but I'm a bit biased because I'm a maths teacher.
All right.
Sorry, I'm rambling.
That's all right. It's fine.
Huh?
So women's boxing obviously has been thriving in the UK, but on the world scene over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. Over in America, you've got your girls like Clarissa Shields and Celia Breakhouse and these girls, but also the UK scene for women is thriving. How aware of the UK fighters are you?
I'm aware of all the boxing. I follow boxing pretty religiously. I love boxing, so I've been following it since I was younger. I'm pretty aware of it, most of the girls there.
Any potential matchups with you and anyone in the UK around your weight?
Just the ones that I'm constantly getting fucking tagged in with Shannon Courtenay.
Shannon Courtenay is your weight?
I think she's one up me, but I don't know. I think she fights bantam and super bantam. I'm super fly to bantam. I'm happy to go either. I'd be happy with super fly or bantam. Super bantam's a bit bigger for me. I'm a little bit smaller, but I'd still fight it, but I want to try and get titles at bantam. So, but yeah, everyone keeps tagging us in this shit, and she looks like a lovely chick, and I think the weigh-ins will be fucking fire, and I think the fights will be good as well because she can fight. So it's gonna be like just for a fight like that. I think it's something I would love to do it, like for all of the reasons, you know. But it's just we're both starting out. Like I'm 4-0 and she's 5-0 or something, right? She's
5-0, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely something that can happen. It's something we talked about, and everyone seems to be getting really wet and excited about it already. It's not even talked about. So whatever. Hey, whatever brings the fans.
Ebanie, so is this a case of just people on social media tagging you in posts to do with Shannon, or is this something that you've looked at and thought, yeah, do you know what? I would fight her regardless of anything on social media? Is it just come about through social media, or has it come about through you like picking Shannon and thinking that would be a good fight yourself?
Maybe a bit of both. Like I'm aware of like all the girls that are in my division or around my division. But I'm also knowing that I'm at like, I mean, for me personally, I was more interested in the South Americans because like I've always said I want to go fight in Mexico. Like there's some great champions in South America. Shannon's like, she's new, she's fresh, if you know what I mean. Like, we're both in our careers. I think I mean, I'm ready to say I'm a bit older, so she has plenty of time to kind of grow and build, you know what I mean? Or I just want to get in, have fucking mad fights and just get out. Like, you know, like I like to fight and I can fight. And I know that my fight style is a very fan-friendly fight style because I do like to really fight in Sydney. And so I'm constantly told that I look like I fight like a Mexican. And so they're kind of fights that I want. And to get those kind of fights, I need to fight really tough girls because, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of fights I like. And I think each fight that I mean, the problem with the fights that I've had is in Australia, and this is why I'm not really that interested in fighting in Australia, is the pullouts are ridiculous. And then there's no one around to like fill it. So then you just get duds, you know what I mean? So it's hard to learn when you're knocking them out in like the second round. Like I want I want to fight. Like, you know what I mean? So
you kind of made it clear on your social media that you've kind of got an admiration and a love for Mexican fighters. I think did you list Barrera as one of your favourites?
Oh yeah, Barrera, Chavez, Sanchez, Morales. You know, all of them really like chocolate. Yeah, they're. I mean, not just Mexicans. I suppose if you look at it, like probably maybe like 40% of my favorite fighters are Mexican. But yeah, it's that same style though. You know what I mean? Like that come forward, you know, sitting on the inside, high work rate kind of style. And if you look at my fight style, I suppose you can kind of see that's the kind of stuff that I watch and I like to fight. Like, although I need to slow the fuck down a little bit, that's kind of my thing that I want to learn to do is just pick my shots a little bit more, which comes with experience, you know. So
some of your weigh-in clips have gone viral, haven't they, Ebanie?
Yeah.
Most probably
the ones of me like not being able to get my pants back on, or the ones of just in lingerie.
Well, either or. I think some of them clips have had a lot of hits, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it is a male dominant sport, isn't it? So it's bound to happen.
Do you ever get any criticism about that?
I don't know, really. I think the only people that get criticised about it would be people that are jealous or people that I don't reply to their DMs. Other than that, I think people, you know what I mean? I think, why not? Like, what's the problem with it? What's the problem with looking hot and feeling good? You know what I mean? Like, I diet really well because I've done nutrition my whole life. I was a bodybuilder. So, like, you know, and because I'm a school teacher, I can't really show off my body like the girls do, you know what I mean? Because I have to be like respectable, and it's true. Like, so for me, my weigh-ins, it's like, oh, you know, like why not give a boy something to talk about, and you know, give more reason to come to the weigh-ins and come watch me fight. Because I tell you what, even if they're not interested in boxing, they'll want to watch me fight, win or lose. And then they'll see me fight, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you know. So
boxing's a very hard sport to attract people and to obtain a fan base. not many fighters in the world today that have huge fan bases. There's a few, but not many. So I suppose using every advantage to your advantage makes sense. Well, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, using all the assets, definitely. I mean, why not? Like, I'd be kind of silly not to. And why shouldn't I be proud of the way I look or my feminine figure? Like, why is it so bad to be proud of being sexy and being a female? What's the problem with it? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that there should be an issue at all. At all. What is it? You know, what's the difference between me wearing lingerie and wearing a bikini? Or like undies that don't match?
I don't really think it makes a difference. You just use what you wear. I mean, it's not.
It does. I mean, apparently it does though, because my stuff's going viral. But it's all right. Like, I mean, I like to look nice, you know, and I think it's good to be a little bit different, you know. Like, boxing's an entertainment sport, you know. It's good to have some character. Like, I have to all put on a pretend face and be all like prim and proper and like do everything by the book and do what everyone else is doing. I don't know. Like, I just want to be myself, and that's what I would do. If that makes sense.
Well, you can't be criticised for being yourself, so you do.
No, that's it. You know, and I to be honest, I don't really get much criticism. If anything, I get like a lot of funny gifs and comments, which are funny. So it's good at all. It's all a bit of banter, and yeah, I like it. You know, I'm a bit back and forth with it as well. It's funny. I've been around guys my whole life. Like I said, I was a card girl for 10 years. I'm used to it. Like, I mean, it's funny to me. Boys will be boys, and that's it. They're having a laugh and they're enjoying it, and then good on them.
Ebanie, let me ask you what the situation is regarding coronavirus and this pandemic where you are in Australia, because I haven't heard loads about the situation we're in regards to Australia. So obviously here it's a horrendous situation, which the death toll is
I've seen.
and we're all on lockdown, etc. But what is the situation where you are?
It's not too. It's. I mean, like, we're not in a lockdown, but we're very restricted. We're meant to be restricted. I mean, I saw some stuff with the UK where they were supposed to be restricted as well, but everyone's at the beach. Like, it's the same here. You know, it's like we've only got. I think we've only had 70 deaths, maybe 75 deaths. So when you look at it compared to, say, the UK or the US or other countries, it's not really that much. Cases, I can't tell you. Last time I remember, it was something like 6,000. But we're dropping. All our stuff's going on a, you know, what do they call it? Flattening the curve, I think. Anyways, so I'm not back in school, so we're still all done online school planning. So it's still next term, which starts next week, is still going to all be online. But what I heard was that schools are maybe going to be going back June, which is in like 5 weeks or something like that. And then slowly they'll be, you know, opening things up. I think if things are still going the way they're going, but at the moment, the only things that are open is obviously all the essential stuff and hairdressers and mechanics and things like that.
Well, all those are shut here. I think some of the garages for cars and stuff are still open, but what they deem to be non-essential shops are all shut here. So, and they will be shut.
Like, no hairdressing? Is that why you're wearing a hat?
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm wearing a hat. No.
How bad is it, Keeks?
No barbers, no hairdressers, nothing. Nothing's open apart from literal essential shops. So.
Yeah. I mean, we've got limits, so you can go to the hairdressers, but it can't be for more than 30 minutes. So obviously that's a normal cut for most guys and girls, but people that are doing like whatever else that they do, they have to do like half an hour and then get up and leave and then come back. I don't know. I don't really go to the hairdresser. I don't dye my hair or anything like that. So at the hairdressers, so I don't know. But I think something like they might put the hair stuff in and then they get up and they leave with the stuff in their hair and walk around. I don't know. But yeah. They're working it. Yeah. I mean, it's good. Like, you can still obviously train stuff outside. There's no like limits. I know you guys have like a limit, like an hour. Is that like legit? Like, you have like a.
To do what?
Well, it's for exercise, like only an hour a day.
Well,
they say that, but
that's been left to interpretation. But I think that one of the criticisms of allowing that is that a lot of people are still out, and you can't
Oh,
really tell if they are genuinely exercising or not. So,
right. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I see people walking around all the
Oh,
time, and
I go for a run in the morning and I'm like dodging people. I'm like, where did all you guys come from?
yeah, well, that's the
Fuck out of
same
my
case
way.
here. That's the same
Yeah,
case.
I mean, I went for a run the other day, and I wouldn't usually go there, but just because it's a bit further away from home, but it's a nice long run, and I'll go check it out, and I'll go for a run, and I was literally dodging people. It was ridiculous. I felt like I had corona. Like when I got in the car, I was like, oh my god, I feel like it's on me because there was just so many people. I couldn't believe it. Like I was like crazy how they even like all out still like, and they feel comfortable. I was like, I'm gonna run this so fast so I can get away from here.
See, we don't get a lot of sun here in England, so when the sun does come out, and it has come out on
Everyone.
the odd occasion over the last couple of weeks, it's more difficult for people to stick to the rules and make sure they stay in. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's been part of the problem. But
Yeah.
Ebony, just kind of finishing off on
Yeah.
your boxing. So what's the goals then? How high are we aiming here? Are we know women's boxing can kind of transcend quite quickly. A
Yeah.
few fights you could be in a world title situation.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. What are the goals?
Well, at the moment, I've obviously got my management team and stuff that pretty much pick the fights for me. You know, obviously have a bit of a say in it, and they, you know, the plans are my managers are over in the US, so I do, like I said, I'm over at the US a lot. My plans were to go in the US and have fights over there because I'm telling you, I trained in the US, and the quality of everything over there is so much better. I haven't been to the UK, but compared to Australia, like it's like levels. So I do want to fight, have some fights, either in whatever UK, US, just better fights, better opponents. And then yeah, because I still need to learn. And then yeah, obviously world titles, man. Like, but you have to, you know, you got to work your way up there. So whatever titles come first, I'd be happy for a Commonwealth title, international, intercontinental, whatever gets me ranked. You know, and I'm sure my team knows what steps and what people to fight to get me there and ranked up. So yeah, I mean, of course, world titles always the end goal, but I suppose one of my goals that maybe is a little bit different is that I want to be global. I don't want to be just fighting in Australia. I don't want to just be fighting in the US. I'd love to come and fight in the UK. I love the British fans. I've always loved British boxing and British fans. And being at the Fury Wilder fight, I was like, this is sick. Like these guys are sick. Like it was mad. So to fight in the UK would be awesome. I think the environment would be awesome. You know. And yeah, like I said, I want to be global. I'm not fussed on sticking at home. You know, us Aussies, we get out and about.
Well, a lot of people think that Australians and British people sound the same, don't they? Get confused.
Oh my god, and that's only
When
the
you go
US
to
people.
America, a lot of people do think that.
Yeah, I know. We won't push it on the Americans, all right? Because I've got some American following, all right? I'm not going to put shit on the Americans, but yeah, they do. They think we're kind of like very much similar, but I don't see it at all. I don't know how they can at all think we sound the same.
I think because you say mate, and we say mate as well.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think you're right. I think that's pretty much it. Like we say the other words a lot that I like to use, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to christen it yet.
All right, we'll save that for the next.
We use the C word a lot, and we say mate a lot.
The C word. Okay, yeah, maybe that's for interview 3 or 4.
Yeah, but that's those very things that I think that's what the Americans know a lot about the Aussies and the Brits, that we say that.
Most probably. Have you got any kind of closing message for your UK fans before you leave, Ebanie?
Yes, I love the UK fans. I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting, especially on Twitter. I do want to make it over to the UK. You know, keep spreading the love, you know, and keep supporting me, guys, because the more support I get, the better it'll be when I come over there, and the more likely it'll be that I'll come over there. So yeah, keep it up and keep up with the funny gifts. They're hilarious.
Okay, well, Ebanie Bridges, thank you very much for talking to iField TV. Hopefully we'll catch up with you again soon, and hopefully we see you fight in the UK in the near future as well.
Yeah, cool. Thanks so much, Kian. Appreciate it.